Well, my name is Keith Walsh. Some of you might know me from the radio or the television. And yeah, I was delighted to be asked to be the Culture Ambassador for Culture Night in Kildare 2020, an unusual year. It's still going ahead, and I think it's more important than ever to really push Culture Night and what it's about and what's happening. I studied drama for a couple of years in a college called Inchicore in Dublin. But when I finished college, I went for 3 auditions. I didn't get the job, so I gave up, not realising that most actors go for hundreds of auditions and don't get the job. So I wasn't built for it, as it were. I like to go to the theatre. I love to see people being creative, and there's probably like something in me that wants to be that person doing that as well. So that's my interest in it, you know. A shadow creative, I call myself. So with COVID-19, Culture Night's going to be different, isn't it? I mean, how have you been managing so far?
It is. Well, first of all, we're delighted that Culture Night is going ahead. But when we put the call out to we have a very dedicated Culture Night team of participants each year, and we didn't know if they'd feel too nervous or if they had the appetite for doing something online. But thankfully 40 groups have actually signed up for Culture Night events in Kildare this year. It's about half of what I normally have, but it's phenomenal, I think. And it just goes to show how resilient the arts community are. I suppose that want and need to keep engaged with our communities is there, ever present, and maybe even more.
Yeah, it seems to be that, I don't know, maybe there's an audience out there looking for something, and I think Culture Night this year could really capitalise on that, you know, where people are, you've almost got a captive audience.
It could certainly. And I mean, in terms of looking at something from your own home, I suppose it is an attraction. But maybe, I suppose I would always say with Culture Night, maybe that fear factor of going somewhere new, somewhere you haven't been before. Look at us here today in this fabulous studio right in the heart of Kildare. So I think the online programme offers an opportunity to maybe just dip your toe gently into something. Because most of the events are online, and they're happening in safe situations with the groups, we do expect the full programme to go ahead. So we have traditional song, we have introductions to our orchestras, County Kildare Orchestra, so maybe you'll be able to get more up close and personal than you would if you're at a concert.
But can I tell you something now? I didn't realise that we had an orchestra.
You know, and we're all guilty, I suppose, of going away, going on holidays and visiting and finding out tourist guides and maybe not looking at what's on your doorstep. So I think this year very firmly, I think more than ever the arts community in Kildare and around the country need people's support. So, and I think even in terms of that affirmation, it's really important that people join us online or wherever they can for Culture Night this year.
I think sometimes there's a reluctance, especially at the moment, to support the arts. And without the arts, you wouldn't be going to Electric Picnic. That would just be a field. Absolutely. And people don't make the connection. So we have to support our arts locally and nationally so that in the future, you know, we have these great artists, these great singers, these great performers.
So one of my hopes for Culture Night this year would be that maybe that there is that family getting round the screen, and that, you know, in terms of really just getting involved, and maybe trying to encourage a child that, you know, to just that maybe that extra nudge to get involved in something creative. So hopefully in years to come we can say that it has been positive effects to having an online programme this year.
Yeah, and also that people might see something, and when all this is over, when COVID-19 is over and we can all move about freely, get down to your local arts centre and go and watch something and get involved, you know.